What's going on, guys? So it looks like Hot Toys did it again, and it doesn't look good at all. But we're gonna get into it right away because it's kind of upsetting to have to deal with this right now. You know what I mean? It's kind of sad, to be honest. After getting the Michael Keaton Batman and looking so good, to have to deal with this crap. Okay. But let's see what's gonna happen with this. Test Jess in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. It looks like Affleck is not going to have his figure on the pod with his likeness. Sad for the fans. Very sad, my friend. Tally in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. So yeah, guys. So first of all, 3 SKUs, right? Batman by himself, the bike by itself, and a combo pack. Combo pack is $665. The bike alone is 4 and change, which is insane for a bike. I don't think that bike is worth that money. I understand it's going to be a big piece. Frank in the house, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. So, very expensive piece. So as you guys could see, I'm doing the combination pack, right? So the bike looks cool, very, very detailed, looks just like the movie, very accurate to the movie. Is it $400 something worth? Not for me. Am I getting it? Absolutely. Darthy's in the house. How are you, my friend? It says I might just get the bike if they don't update this product. But they had no, they're updating this. This looks like nobody. Okay. Toolie in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. So they're definitely fixing this. This is not staying like this. It looks nothing like Ben Affleck. And I'm going to tell you guys why they did this. Okay. This, at the end of the day, is movie accurate, meaning the faceplates. It's movie accurate. And I'm going to explain to you why. Yes, it doesn't look like Ben Affleck by any means, but I'm going to explain to you why this is movie accurate. So here alone, okay, this looks like Michael Keaton to me. On the lips right here, this is Michael Keaton. Why? I don't know why I see Michael Keaton. His lips right here are Michael Keaton's lips. Okay. So that's number one reason why he's off, because he doesn't look like Ben Affleck. The teeth here, still nothing. See, none of these faceplates look like Ben Affleck. Not a single one. Okay. Doc Bad, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. So, yeah, exactly. It's, they're definitely going to fix it. Again, this is, promo. Remember that some things look better in hand than in pictures. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm not, putting this down. Yeah, it doesn't look good by any means. It's not Ben Affleck by any means. But the figure looks okay so far. The bike, really, really cool. Look at the carbon fiber look pieces on here. It's still going to be a stationary piece. It's not a remote control bike. It's nothing crazy. It's just going to be a big bike. It's going to be tumbler size probably, but obviously not that bulky wheel look. But the bike is beautiful. Look at this. This thing is badass. I don't care what you say. It's going to be a beautiful piece to have in your collection. Same as the Batpod, same as that Batman, Pattinson Batman bike. It's really good accessories. And not only that, also you have to understand too, that as I've been telling you guys, number one, I told you the bike was coming, right? It's a no-brainer. The reason why I knew the bike was coming was because if you notice, Hot Toys is, for whatever reason, making vehicles left and right. They started making Star Wars things out of left field for the Clone Wars. Beautiful, right? So they have the itch to make vehicles, to keep making vehicles. And they're going to keep making bigger vehicles and bigger vehicles. I think, and again, if you watch me, you know I say this all the time. I think that where they're headed is, that N1. That is the moment they do that, boom, everything's game. They haven't done it for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because of the size. I don't know if it's because once you package it, shipping's going to be, stupid expensive. We don't know. We don't know what's happening, but they're making vehicles. They're making bikes left and right because they want to and because they can, right? They made the like I said, the Pattinson bike. People bought that up. This bike, people are complaining for the price, rightfully so. This is not cheap. This is way too much for this bike. But again, you're paying for the presence, you're paying for the detail, you're paying for the size of that thing, which again, you don't have to pay full price for this by any means. Save your points, use coupon codes. I don't think this is going to be sold out by any means when it's released because of the price. I feel like a lot of people are just going to order the Batman figures for now and then hope and wait to get this for cheaper than retail, which again, understandable. Nobody should be paying, $400 some for this bike. Let me see what darts is. The Bat Pod from Dark Knight is $285. Exactly. No, it's but again, it's overpriced because it's a big thing. We don't know. We saw the trailer and you saw how big and massive that bike is supposed to be. Now remember, they're going with that same scale, 1/6 scale to the figure. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. So I get it. It's probably going to be heavy. It's got light up functions, the flaps open. But again, they've been itching to make vehicles. So this was a no-brainer, which is why I told you guys the bike is coming 100%. So another complaint, right? So again, the bike is beautiful. Look at this thing. This thing is going to look amazing wherever you put it. Now, getting to the actual figure, right? To the real issues for me. Number one, again, it could be lighting, so I'm not going to put it down, but this blue and that gray, again, it could be lighting for all we know. We don't know, but I'm going to assume it's not lighting. This needs to be a different type of blue, and this needs to be a different shade of gray, okay? At least, again, from what we're seeing in the trailer. Right now, again, it could be just lighting. This blue and the gray doesn't look, the gray doesn't look as light as it should, and the blue doesn't look as light as it should. Everything's very dark, right? Let's see. Man, how can they mess this? Yeah, no, I don't think it's fully messed up yet. They'll fix this. They'll fix it. Don't stress it. But we got to point it out. We got to point out that they messed up, at least with this so far, with the promo pictures and the prototype. So you get separate, rolling eyes, all that stuff. The details there. But again, the color, see, like right here, you guys are looking at this now. It looks black. Okay. It looks black. Here it looks black. Here it looks black. So the color is a little too dark. Again, it could be lighting. It could be lighting. The lighting could be a little too dark, and that's why it's looking dark. If they put a brighter light on it, it could have, reflected the actual, lighter blue. But again, we don't know. So let's just assume they messed up. So that was another thing that stood out. That blue doesn't really match the movie. Again, could be lighting. The gray doesn't really match either. Again, I don't know what they were thinking. Adding a light up base, as you guys can see, you notice how all the bases look pretty much the same. They're very similar. Another thing, do you notice, guys, that even for the single Batman, right? What did they label it? You notice it just says Batman, right? They didn't need to name it blue and gray suit or modern suit or new suit. You get it? This is why I was able to pick out that there were more suits for coming for Michael Keaton, because of the fact that you have to distinguish that specific suit because there's more coming. So that's what I mean. So you got to pay attention to those details. Those little details could always mean something. And Hot Toys, we know that they do stuff like that. When they hint at a figure in the background, blurred out, that's them hinting this is coming. So that's what I pay attention to. That's why I was able to figure that out. So why didn't they call this a different name? Because there's no more Ben Affleck Batman's coming, so there's no need. This is the only one, so Batman. So because they didn't name, the modern suit Batman, it's common sense that there's more coming, and we found that out with all the suits. So now getting to the face, okay? Let's get to the face, right? So here you go. So if you notice, his face looks very puffy, right? It looks like he for some reason I get like even this one. I get like a sense of like he's chunky, he's fat, like it sticks out, you know what I mean? It's like bulging out of here, so it doesn't look like him, right? And again, the expressions look nothing like him. I told you the lips that I showed you, I think it's these lips, they look like Michael Keaton for whatever reason, right? So if you look at the actual movie trailer images, right? Look at this. Tell me he doesn't look puffy. Tell me his cheeks don't look like he's fat. Again, it's just the shot. Doesn't mean that that's what he looks like in real life. The shot looks that way, right? So look at that. So he looks puffy in the cheeks a little bit, which it reflects it on this picture. Also, pay attention. Look how deep his chin dip is, right in the middle of his chin. Look how deep. Look at it here. Look at it here. Look at this. Look how deep. They completely forgot about it. Where is it on here? That's why it doesn't look like Ben Affleck at all. They completely missed his main feature on his chin in a part of a figure that needs to have it to resemble the actor. That's what's happening. That's why he looks nothing like him. That's why his face is all puffy, because again, in these images, they're 100% accurate to his face. Look, specifically this one. See? Look at that. And this is why right here. Look at that. The cheeks look like they're puffy. Again, that's what the suit makes him look like, which again, it is what it is. Right? So what Hot Toys' job is supposed to be is to match the face. But they did it, and that's why it looks like crap, because they forgot the main feature, which is his chin butt. And they didn't put it on, and that's why he looks absolutely nothing like Ben Affleck. And if you compare, like somebody mentioned in the this comment, DocBat, they already made Ben Affleck. So this should be an easy thing. You're repainting faceplates from every other Batman that you did already. So how is this messed up in any way? Yeah, I understand you have to remake facial expressions. Understandable. But you could have reused the old molds that already have the chin butt on them if you were going to be lazy about it. And that would have been it. Guess what? Nobody would have cared. Nobody would have noticed. You know why? Because it's a completely brand new suit that everybody's been dying to get in their collection. So the face plates wouldn't have mattered at all if they did them right. Again, they could have just reused them. They didn't have to give us all new expressions, because literally these are the same expressions of every other Batman that we've gotten anyway. You know what I mean? So it doesn't make sense for them to try to overachieve anything that they've done plenty of times perfectly fine. You know what I mean? So that's my problem with the faceplates. It's just look how fat he looks here. Look how fat his face. Again, all accurate. This is all accurate. There's nothing wrong with it. But what messed it up, if you look, the reason why this is not Ben Affleck is because of his chin. If you don't have that chin, that's not Ben Affleck. And there you go. This is why he looks absolutely nothing like Ben Affleck. Let me see what you guys are saying real quick. Could this be someone completely different playing about? No. I'm telling you, it's the chin. The chin is missing 100%, and that's what happened. Period. Point blank. End of story. Compare any Batman, any Justice League Batman, any you could do the what's the name? The Suicide Squad Batman. You could do Justice League Batman. You could do, and you're gonna see that the chin is what makes him noticeable. What makes you know that it's Ben Affleck is that chin. Because remember, it's just the faceplate. It's not like you could see his whole face under a mask, right? So it's just here, and we know right away just by having that Batman figure out, fully dressed, cowl on, and everything, just with that faceplate, we know it's him. Why? Because of the chin. Period. End of story. So they messed up on the chin. That's why I'm telling you, it'll be fixed 100%. It has to be fixed. It looks nothing like him. And if it comes out and they leave it alone, it's not going to do well. And people who are going to buy it, they're just going to suck it up and say, you know what? I love the suit. And that's what's going to end up happening if they don't change it. They're just going to say, oh, you know what? It is what it is. I'll deal with it. Or what can they do? Use Justice League, BVS, whatever faceplates from Ben Affleck Batman figures, and just swap them out. Use it on these. Easy fix. Again, if it comes down to that. If it comes down to them not fixing it at all, if this is what we get as a final product, it's not the end of the world. You could easily just face swap the magnetic plates, and there you go. There's your fix. There's your Ben Affleck Batman. Again, I'm 100% sure they will fix it. They have to fix it. There is no way that they're showing these pictures. Everybody's already complaining. Everybody's already bashing it. And not only are they bashing the figure, but they're bashing the price of the vehicle as well, which I'm not complaining. You know, they're 100%, right, fully entitled to do that, because it's not, that price for that bike is not worth it at all. Is the bike great? Does it look amazing? Absolutely. Am I getting it? Absolutely. Am I going to pay that price? Probably not. I will most likely use points. I will most likely use, coupons, whatever I need to do. But $665, absolutely not happening. But just remember that the bike, the Batman Begins bike, the Pattinson Batman, the year 2 Batman was sold out pretty quickly. Again, I don't believe it, but that's what it says. So be careful if you're waiting for it. Again, you don't have to get everything on Sideshow. So it's not anything Sideshow exclusive. It's not anything, that you need to worry about only getting it from Sideshow. You could place your order from anywhere else. And again, you could also wait for it to be released, because I don't think it's going to be sold out. And anytime you see that it's sold out on Sideshow, it's BS. It's not. Let me see. It looks like FabsFigures, though. They must have great buffets in You're crazy. You're crazy. It's definitely accurate. Absolutely. No, it's accurate. The accuracy is not the point. The point is they messed up on his chin. They would have fixed his chin. That's Ben Affleck 100%. Local Lou in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. Long time. Where have you been? Were you in jail? Thank you for being here, my friend. Harold in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. Look at you. So yeah, so that's these are my issues with the figure. The chin. See, like here, you could kind of see Ben Affleck in this shot. Why? Look at the little dimples in the chin. So that little depression there, that little dark spot, that little divot there, gives you a little bit of his face on the profile. So that's what I mean. It's just, it could be the pictures, but the chin should have a bigger depression here. 100%. 100%. But as I'm saying, don't freak out. It'll be perfectly fine in hand. Guarantee it. Look, no depression from this angle whatsoever. And here, it looks nothing like him. Nothing like him. So that's my point. They fixed the chin. They give him a little bit more scruff. He's ready. Because that's another thing. He has some scruff, as you can see. But if you look in the movie, it's a lot darker than that. So he needs a little bit more to make it even more accurate. But again, we know that looks faded. Well, by the time you get it, it looks very, very faint, very, very light. So they don't really focus on scruff, but it would be nice if they did, because that would change the whole figure. If you guys saw the Jackson Shoe face plates that he's painting for the Christian Bale Batman, if you notice what he did, the only difference is, they're more dark, and he focused more on the it looks like scruff. It looks, it looks really, really nice how they look. So that's why they look so good. So again, I think it's gonna look great. I'm not worried about it. Look, his lips, man, just like Michael Keaton right here. It's creepy. It's creepy, creepy, creepy. But look at that. Nothing like Ben Affleck whatsoever. Not a single expression. Not a single expression looks like him. Not one, which is crazy. Because at least usually one is like, oh, all right, that one looks better. Not a single one. Not this one, and definitely not this one. Another thing I wanted to talk about is comparing the two bikes. So obviously, this has to be cheaper just by design. It's not as bulky as this. It does not have three wheels. It does not have the size, the bulk, like I said, this whole area here. It's like a car, it's like a car. It's going to be really, really thick. This is a regular style, old school bike. That's why it was a lot cheaper. Again, I understand the pricing. I get it. You're getting a lot more plastic here. It would be nice if there was some die cast. That would justify the price for me. If it was 400 and something with die cast, oh, absolutely. But it's all plastic. So is it worth it? Absolutely not. But you can see why the price difference. Even so, at that price, it's still too expensive. If they would have priced the bike at 3-something, 315, 320, 325, 350, I would have been like, damn, that's a lot. But fine, 350 for something. I don't even know exactly how much it is. For what? 440. Let me tell you guys exactly. Let me see. Tell you guys in a second because I don't really know exactly what the price was. Bat cycle. Here we go. 410. Okay. 410 for a bike. Tax, shipping, it's going to be like 450, 460, 470. Okay. Absolutely not happening. Ridiculous. Let's see if it talks about any die cast maybe. I don't think so. I think it would have been the first thing we noticed, but there isn't. So height, width 6.3 inches, depth is 22 inches. So it's long as hell. It's 8 inches tall, which is awesome. That's pretty nice. That's pretty tall, 8 inches. My God. So it's going to be a big piece. So again, I understand the pricing. Doesn't mean I agree with it, but I understand it. It's going to be a massive, massive piece. That's what we're paying for. That's where they're going. Look at this. Look at that thing. The thing is beautiful, guys. Beautiful. Again, is it worth the price? Not to me. Not to me. But it's going to be a beautiful piece. All these movable flaps, like in the movie. This becomes a shield when he's driving. We see the clip in the trailer. These flaps open up and they close. You could shut the lights. I mean, not shut them, but you could close this piece and you could conceal the lights. See right here. Here they're open. Here they're closed. So really, really cool here. Another view of it. It opens up like this. So really nice. It's gonna be a big bike. It's gonna be a big piece. Again, I get it. I get the pricing. I get it. But it's not worth it for me. And a lot of people are in the same boat. So again, you see this low stock or waitlisted. Just if you want it, just get on the wait list. It's gonna convert. There's no way that this is going to sell out by any means quickly at this price. And, we could sit there and say, oh, well, maybe Hot Toys only made a certain amount. There's no such thing. Hot Toys is a mainstream company at this point. Okay. They're doing everything for Disney. You don't get any more mainstream than Disney. So they're not cutting down their numbers. They're not cutting down production. If anything, they're making more stuff, So at any moment, the only thing that I would think and assume that is the one thing that's making sense with what's going on is Sideshow. If anything, Sideshow is ordering less. That makes more sense to me than saying than assuming Hot Toys is making less. Hot Toys is not making less anything. But Sideshow could be ordering less. That's why, things are running out, or maybe they have more control of their, you know, wait list stuff, or their inventory, or whatever they're getting in. You know what I mean? So they're having more control. They're trying to at least control their stuff a little bit more. That's all it is. It's just control, which is why when you hit you join a wait list, it usually lately for the past few months, at least 6 months, 7 months, they've been converting, no problem, because it's not about selling out. They may be able to order, more shipments, right? So let's just say they order, just a number, they order 500, right? 500 pieces just as their base order. And boom, those are sold. It goes on wait list. It goes on wait list to maybe let them know how many more people want the item for them to then go and say, Hot Toys, give us a second batch. Boom, there you go. That makes more sense to me than saying, oh, Hot Toys is making less. They're not making nothing less. It doesn't make sense. They were making less years ago. Okay, when they first started, they were making less. When they got their first license, they were making less. Okay, the company didn't keep making less. They started making more and more and more, like any other company would. As a company, you want to make more product to sell more product. You don't want to make more product to all of a sudden, oh, I got to stop making less. I'm making less. Doesn't make sense. If Hot Toys was a company that cared about limited stuff, everything would be numbered. And you could say, well, how come they make exclusives? And that because that is for their specific markets only. If you notice, the coolest pieces that they make are always Asia release only. Only. You don't get anything North America only because they don't care. So that's my point. They make Sideshow exclusives because of their partnership with Sideshow. So that's why we get exclusives from Sideshow, because of Sideshow, not because of Hot Toys. Hot Toys worries about Echo Base, Rebel Base, and whatever that new base. It's Echo, Rebel, and whatever. There's a third one. That's all they care about, because all those cool products, again, that Shanghai exclusive Golden Midas, what was it called? Gold Chrome Midas. That was Shanghai only. You could only get that on eBay, and now, you got reseller websites. But they only care about their market, and those limited pieces are only for them. And still, they're not numbered. So anybody who's scared of, oh, Hot Toys is making, it's unrealistic. It doesn't even make sense. What you do have to worry about is Sideshow getting less. That is 1,000% happening. So again, my assumption is that things are going waitlisted faster. But again, just so they're not sitting on so much inventory and stock, and again, may be able to say, Hot Toys, we need another 200 pieces. All right, no problem. Boom. So that's why things are also getting delayed from them to be shipping. Who knows? But that's the only thing that makes sense to me. But Hot Toys is not making any less product at all by any means whatsoever. Hot Toys, Sideshow may be ordering a lot less. So if you're worried about things, selling out and stuff, don't order from Sideshow. Easier said than done, because a lot of people use Sideshow points. They use Sideshow coupon codes. They use Sideshow for a lot of things. Coupon payment plans. All that stuff. So it's tough, and I understand. So something's got to give. You guys got to figure it out. Whatever your situation is, you got to figure it out. But I'm telling you, Hot Toys is not making anything less. They're not. Doesn't make sense. They're still distributing, their product worldwide. We make it seem like it's just, North America market and Sideshow. It's bigger than that. It's not just us. It's worldwide. Singapore, Philippines, They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Europe. Uh I forget what other country. But anyway, but that's my point. They're everywhere. They're not making anything less. And again, their exclusive pieces are just for them, not for us by any means. We only get the sideshow exclusives because obviously they got to make their distributor something special for us to buy from them. So it's understandable, which is exactly why I buy from them. I get all the exclusives from Sideshow that you can't get anywhere else. Doesn't matter where you order from. You can only get them from Sideshow. And again, it's an understandable deal with their distributor, with their official distributor. Perfectly fine. So that's why, you guys got to figure out where you're going to order from, what you guys are going to be, doing with your collection regarding specifically pieces like this. Because I know people are complaining about the vehicle, not because it's ugly, not because they don't want it, not because it's not going to look good in their collection, not because of any of those reasons, but the price only. And there are many ways to get around the price. Like I mentioned, coupon codes, points, discounts from Sideshow alone. What are you going to do? Either you risk waiting for it and hoping that it's available when it's released, or use points, use coupon codes, suck it up, do payment plan, and get it. And don't forget, when you order from Sideshow, you get points as well. You get a lot of points too. So you get some of that money back. The money that you do pay, you do get some of it back to, be recycled and reused. So let's see what you guys are saying real quick. 410 for that's exactly. Is it worth it for a lot of people? Absolutely not. Is the bike badass? Absolutely. So it's up to the person to decide, hey, I really want that. This is worth it for me to pay $440 for this. If it's not, for $410 for it. If it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. And don't forget, a lot of people don't collect everything. They don't buy every hot toy that comes out. They don't buy every figure that comes out. What do? They pick and choose what they really like. So this could be one of those things. Oh, I don't get everything Hot Toys, but this bike is badass. I'm going to get it. Why not? You're already not spending, thousands of dollars on constant buying figures, Hot Toys constantly, So that's why I understand that a lot of people will do that as well. Just buy the bike and Batman and be like, I don't get everything, so I could afford it. It's not an issue, right? Fine. A lot of people will do that as well. But the people who, again, like to save money, don't like to pay a lot of money to collect, and this is my exact point when it comes to in art. This is exactly what I mean. People are complaining about a massive vehicle, okay? Might as well be a diorama a piece. That's how big this thing is going to be, okay? People are complaining about $400, $410, okay? $410. That will be 300 and something everywhere else. If you go shop around for the bikes at every other site, it's going to be less than 410, right? That's obvious. So let's just say, I'm going to assume 390, right? 390 anywhere, everywhere else. So now it's 390, less than $400 for a piece, like Thule said, a piece of plastic, right? What are figures? Plastic with clothes on them. You're going to tell me an example of in-art products. Harry Potter, that last Harry Potter from apparently the first movie. 500 and what? For a how tall of the figure? And they're going to stay in business for how long doing that? Exactly my point. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. Not everybody. If people are complaining about $410, you think people are going to be like, oh, yeah, give me a $510 figure. It's not happening. It's not happening. So they're going to price themselves out of business. Just you wait. Remember this conversation, because if people who collect Hot Toys, which is already the top of the line company to collect from, are complaining about their prices. This company comes out of left field charging almost double. And you think people are going to be like, oh, yeah, let's go. Yeah, some people are. Anywhere near to the amount that you would expect, or at least that they expected, which is why that 3-day window for that Joker pre-order failed miserably, because they expected and they still got a ton of orders, just not what they expected. They expected a ton of orders for that $1,000 double pack. That's what they expected. They thought, oh, people will fall for this rooted hair. And when they saw that they got nothing, they were like, whoa, wait a minute. So they, boom, everybody's scrambling for, reopen the pre-order, reopen. What happened? Blame this guy, blame that one. Don't blame anybody but us. It was a freaking scam from day one. And that's what it is. Period, point blank. You want to call that premium? Go ahead, call it premium. But guess what? You're not buying your premium. What you're calling premium, you're not buying. So stop acting like this company's doing such great things for the community when they're not. That's why I get, that's why I get like this, because it's like, and you guys hear, not you guys literally, but the community hears, oh, Inner just announced blah blah. Oh my God, Inner! For what? 90% of those people aren't buying it anyway. Period. They're just not. Those people don't even collect hot toys because they complain that they're too expensive. But you're going to go cheer up a company that's double the price? Makes no... So, there you have it, guys. Let me see what you guys are saying. Let me continue. Let me see where I'm... Oh, here. Okay. That's a math. Yeah, no, it's going to be a big piece. Big piece. That makes sense. That's why you're the... No, I'm telling you guys, it's so frustrating. You guys don't understand. It frustrates me because the thing, and again, everybody's free to do what they want. Everybody's, if you don't collect anything, you're still allowed to go be a cheerleader for whoever you want. Hot toys, third party, Inner, whatever. But it's these people that are like the most gung-ho about everything, and they're the ones who don't buy anything. They're the first ones to say this is amazing when they're not buying it. They're the first ones to say this is crap when they're not buying it. They're the ones who never post anything. And again, doesn't mean that they don't collect because they don't post anything, because I was the same way. I never posted anything. I collected all, behind the scenes, all by myself, all to myself. So I get it. That means nothing. But somebody who's active in the community, actively collecting, will make sure to let you guys know, hey, this is my shit. If you see me in the community talking about something, I'm showing you that I'm involved in the community. But 95% of the people that are involved, you don't really ever see them post anything. You'll see them commenting and bashing and talking smack and, going at people. You never see them post anything regarding their collection or their own stuff, ever. But they're balls deep in the community, always bashing and always praising. So that's my point. That's why I get frustrated. Adam Jones, welcome, my friend. Says 410 is a lot for a bike by itself, but it looks like it's 350. Exactly. That's my point. So getting the combo obviously is going to make it a little bit cheaper, but again, you still got to pay. I got to pay tax and shipping. So it brings it right back up, which sucks. I didn't pre-order this right away. I'm not going to pre-order this right away. Like I said, my goal, I'm going to get the double pack, the bike and Batman. But what I'm going to do is, again, this is not worth it for me, full price. Absolutely not happening. So what I'm waiting for is, obviously, I've been getting all these figures and I've been using my points, obviously. But my goal is to accumulate a certain amount of points specifically for this double pack. And that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to knock it down, whether it's $200, $300, whatever it is. Boom, place my order, and I'm only going to have to pay whatever, 200, whatever, 400, 300, whatever's remaining. That's what I'm going to do. Because then just remaining, whatever's remaining, then that'll be worth it for me. Whether it's, if I got to pay 300, even if I got to pay 400 for the double pack, that's not bad whatsoever. Over $700, Commander Green says Prestige Worldwide. Oh, man. Boats and hoes. But North America has to be one of... Yes and no. Remember that in Asia, you got a lot of people also buying these things. The difference is, they don't buy as much because of the space, right? Apparently, everybody lives in an apartment there. Apparently everywhere in Asia, China, and obviously I don't mean like every place in China, but in Asia, but China specifically, apparently, from what I understand, everybody lives in buildings. So collecting room is very limited. But let me tell you something. Hot Toys wouldn't exist if they weren't buying stuff overseas. Period, point blank. That's where they exist. That's where they're from. That's where they came from. So for them to still be alive today, over 10 years later, being an Asian company, somebody's buying something, so it's not, we may, again, we may think that we buy a lot, and we may, but believe me, before they came to the US, where were they? And they were doing perfectly fine, or else they wouldn't be here right now. So that's my point, Payment plan for me. Bad word for life. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. Yeah, you have to think again. If your only choice to order from, which is a lot of people's option, is well, only choice is Sideshow, then what you need to do is, again, the payment plan, use your points, coupon code, whatever you need to do to lower it. But if you don't want to pay full price, you're not alone. It's not worth $400 and something for this bike. And I guarantee you, when you get this thing in hand, you'll be like, holy crap, this thing is beautiful. Just remember this conversation. Catching you late. Can you repeat? Thanks for being here, my friend. This for you. You're the only one who does the watermelon. I got you a good one. Ready? Oh man, thank you for being here, my friend. So let me see what MB Dyson, my friend, how are you? Thank you for being here. Here we go again. This Batman movie is gonna be great. I hear Flash has a cameo too. Oh my god, this guy. So this is what I mean, guys. So that's why don't freak out, don't stress, and don't forget, even if the item is released and you're like, oh man, I missed it. Somebody will always have it up for sale. eBay, Mercari, people in the community, BST group, somebody will have it. Somebody will have it for trade. Somebody will have it for sale. Somebody will have it. You just got to be prepared to jump at the opportunity. Whatever, if you want it that bad, you got to be ready for, whatever you need to do for it, and that's probably giving up, figures or money. Cause somebody, if this is a straight up trade for this bike, you're going to do 2 figures at least. You know what I mean? Obviously depending on the figures, but so that's my point. But the outfit, beautiful. This thing is beautiful. The base, a little cheesy for me. It's very blah. I don't think that light up, they put that blue light up again just to give it that matching blue to the outfit. You got the blue cape, you got the blue suit, and they're giving you a blue light. That's all it's for, just to give you, to charge you more money for the light up. Because remember that a lot of the Batman Forever figures came with that old school base with no light, and those old school bases came lit up with, for example, for the Michael Keaton 89 Batman, that 89 Joker, those bases came, battery ready for light up function. The new ones for the Batman Forever are the exact same bases, but they didn't put the lights in and they didn't put the switch in for you not to light them, so they do these bases again just to be able to charge you more money. I like the fact that they're not so, it's not a Star Wars rectangular base. I love that. What I don't like is the height on it. There's no need to make these figures taller. For what reason? All these bases are all different sizes and heights and stuff. That's what I don't like. I loved Hot Toys when they were all strictly this. This was the Hot Toys standard base forever. This thing, and you would have your little name tag here, the little piece here, and then whatever label on the base. That's it. Why do they need to go crazy? Still to this day, these bases are the best bases in the world. Obviously, you got the stony bases that are clear, the acrylic ones, all that stuff. That's custom. That's if you're looking for another complete different look for your collection, and that's fine. But these things, the generic original ones, these things are the best. In my opinion, for me, they're the best. So they don't give the figures more height, unnecessary height, and they don't take up a lot of room. And you could have them this way to the side, meaning like this or like this, to save room. Depending on what it is, sometimes you could put them, on top of each other, like on the lip. So these are really good. So that's why I always get these, either from Kitchen or Amazon when they're cheap. But usually I get them from Kit. He usually has a really good deal on them. You could get them in bulk too. So that's what I mean. So this base is blah. I mean, again, doesn't take up too much space, but the height is unnecessary. Again, we'll see what they look like in person and hand. But yeah, guys, I'm actually excited for the figure because I know, again, they're gonna fix this. Once they fix the chin, see, there's no chin butt, and that's what is throwing off the entire figure. You cannot have Ben Affleck without that chin butt. See, literally every picture, right there's one, right there one, right there, big one. So without this, you'll never have a likeness of Ben Affleck, because that's what makes him Ben Affleck, is this. So if you don't have this, you can't have Ben Affleck, and that's why we don't have Ben Affleck. Look at that face. That ugly face. Was that Ben Affleck to you? No. Why? Because there's no butt on the chin. Oh, wait, I was talking to myself. I said, look at this face. See? Does that look like Ben Affleck to you? Can you tell me why? I can tell you why. Bow. It's missing the whole butt. So that's my point. All right, guys. But Hector in the house. What's going on, my friend? You made it. Let's see. I might go for the figure, but not but yeah, the figure's gonna be great regardless. The vehicle is gonna be a bulky vehicle, but again, Hot Toys is making vehicles nonstop. They got the itch for the vehicles, so anytime you see a vehicle, most likely, the bikes are making left and right. Look at the Star Wars, Clone Wars vehicles that they're making. So they got the itch for the vehicles. They know they're gonna be selling vehicles, so don't expect any less from Hot Toys. Lots of shit, not enough money. Yeah, that's it. So I was talking about you, Hector, yesterday when I went live about the bat suits. Are you getting all of them of the Michael Keaton suits that were announced, or are you picking and choosing which ones you're getting? And also, are you getting this? I want to know, because I know you're hardcore DC, so I wonder what you're thinking of this. Adam Jones says the base might be plain, but it will match the other. Exactly. That's exactly what they're doing. It's just making everything uniform, and I get it. It's fine, because all the bases look exactly the same. Because it's all from the same movie, obviously, but it's not. We don't need that. We're spending, because you may not notice that the base is included in the price. So we're like, we always talk about is the figure. Oh, the figure's getting more expensive. The figure's getting more expensive as a package deal when they're adding those stupid bases, stupid useless bases. Like a lot of these bases, for example, a deluxe base for a integrative suit, right? Spider-Man. That deluxe base is one thing. I bought that on purpose because that base was beautiful. Am I using the base? Absolutely not. Did I spend money on it? Absolutely. But I wanted the base. With this stuff, even if it's just a plain figure, you just get the figure, that's it. They're already including the price of that base in there. And you better believe it's not $5, it's not $10, it's not $20. So that's what I mean. They're giving us more expensive, useless stuff that nobody's asking for. Yeah, does it look cool? Of course. But it's useless, at least for me. Obviously, I know a lot of people use those bases and because they got the room and they got the the height and all that stuff. But for me, it doesn't make sense, at least for now. Not having module cases, not having the height, which is why I stay away from all that stuff. Obviously, once I get module cases, it's going to be a different conversation. But right now, because I have to obviously make do with what I have available, the little bit of room that I got left and all that stuff. If I were to remove all of my bases, all of the Star Wars bases, all of those bulky bases that are not the oval bases, where I put these, I would open up about a third of the space that I have used up. That's how much how many bases I am using right now. How many bulky bases that I'm using right now. That is that is causing me to lose a lot of room. So the moment I get rid of it, obviously, my plan is once I get the module cases, every single base that you see, um, like for example, the Rogue One line, right? Every single figure that I have for that line is on its original base, right? And they're all on the base. They're all together. They're on, taking up an entire shelf. What I would like to do to obviously save space in a module case is take off all those bases because, again, they're very rectangular. They're very big, bulky, and just swapping them out with a ton of these. And then obviously getting risers to maximize height and stuff like that. So that's my goal, to get rid of all those bases once I get module cases. If I don't have to, if I got plenty of room with the module cases, then I'll leave them alone. But if I need the room, then obviously I'll get rid of my bases. But I don't like the bases in general just because they just take up too much room. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you guys have anything to say, tell me now. If not, I'll see you guys on Saturday. Let me see. Anything? Nope. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you on the next one.